everyone.
Turn left toward Scorpius Street.
Good morning.
Merge onto Scorpius Street, then turn left onto Gemini Boulevard East.
If you follow my ministry, thank you all. Christ Deep Ministry. We've been reading the Christ letters. But something
Turn left onto Gemini Boulevard East.
Something that the Christ letters said have me thinking. And in order for us to really understand what the Christ letter was saying, we have to really be honest. Do we really get who God is from the ancients, from what we read in the scriptures? Is that our only understanding of who God is? And I'm like, there is some truth to that. We talk about the God of Moses, the God of Jacob, the God of David. What about the God of Jane, the God of John today? What are we leaving our next generation? You know, they ask the question. Listen, spiritual in the Christ letters, it says spirituality is evolutionary. God was back then, and God is still here with us. But we are so stuck in the past based on what we read in the Bible that we can't see the manifestation of God in our lives. I know me and my sister used to talk about that. We were in church and we used to, and many of you, if you find this video, I know you thought about it. Why can't we do what Jesus did? Why can't we see some modern day Paul, some modern day David, some modern day Samuels? Where are they? Where are they? Is it because we're caught up in the description of those men of God that we don't have time to spend time on our own spirituality? And we've been taught, and because we've been taught to look outside of ourselves for God. We've been taught to look in the sky, to look to our pastors, the evangelists, the prophets, look outside of us. And for everything. And we forget that the same power that was in those men, the same power that was in those men lives within us today. Lives within us today. Because of the description the Bible gives, there was an effort made to make everything seems physical, to make everything seems like these men of God weren't tapping into their divinity. These men of God, when Moses says, I am that I am, who sent you? Who sent you? Moses was just telling them, listen, the I am presence in me showed me all this, told me all this, that divine aspect of it. It seems as if, I don't know if it was an effort made, but we think that can only happen to Moses. David can only do that. That Jesus can only do that. Huh? Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, listen. Oh, they can only do that. What? We come from the same root.
At the light, turn right on Florida 434 West.
We come from the same root of those people that lives in the that we read about in the Bible. Christ even go as far as saying, listen, the same power that rose me from the dead lives within you. The same power. And Elisha, we saw all those men was caught up without seeing death. We have the possibility of doing that when we overcome this flesh, when we tap into who we truly are. Listen, if we don't come to the knowledge that whatever we look at the mirror, you're seeing me, you're seeing, this is just a shell of who I am. This is just a shell of who I am. This body is carrying around the gold, I would say, a precious cargo. This body, within you, there's who's operating this vehicle is sitting, basically, to put it literally, and this is just to put it literally. Whoever is operating this vehicle that you're looking at, when you're looking at yourself, whether you're looking at me, whether you're looking at your sister or your kids, within them is a power. Within this body is a power. I know all power. The Christ letter says, listen, we don't understand the power that's within this body. It's the same power that was in Christ. It was the same power that was in David. It's the same power that was in Moses. They just came to the knowledge of the power they have. They don't have to look to the government. They don't have to look to the pastor. They just have to look within. And if we want to leave this world with a knowledge of God, that's what we have to go into. We have to go into self. Go into this body. Go into our divinity. Let healing take place in this world. This is why no one's getting healed. This is why the sickness and everything going, because we don't understand who we are. We don't understand that within us live the power of God. God himself lives within this. This is Solomon's temple. Not one nail was nailed up in this temple. We are the temple of the Most High God. This is it. Nothing outside of us is going to save us. You don't understand where that parable about the prodigal son. It's us. It's us. We're sleeping with the pigs. We're living like paupers. We're kings and queens living like paupers. We're walking around with the power within us, but we're looking outside for somebody else to help us. Everything we need is within this temple. So if this message finds you, it's incumbent upon us to leave this generation with the knowledge. Listen, when we were growing up, when we heard, listen, you can do anything you want to do. When we heard that, listen, that was truth. That was truth. We all come from the same source. All come from the same source. No matter where we look at, where we find ourselves in this 3D matrix. So if you see somebody on the street begging, listen, the same power that's in you, it's in them. created from the one source. God is in us, God is around us, God is everywhere. He's not somewhere up there looking down from heaven. No. We can't personalize who God is because we are not physical beings. We're not physical beings. We're spiritual beings. We're energy. We are consciousness, energy vibrated in a certain frequency. That's all we are. So we have to get out of what we see in the mirror. You want healing? You have to understand that within you lives the power. It lives not even within you. You have to tap into. You just have to know that who you really are does not get sick. We have to reprogram our subconscious. Like, listen, this body is just for this earth, and after it's done, the real self is gonna go somewhere else. So you have to tell yourself, listen, my real self, my divine self, and does not get sick. My real self does not be in lack. My real self is not feeling any pain. My real self is all love. It's all joy. It's all happiness. And that's what the ancients knew. That's what Samuel knew. That's what Paul knew. That's what all those characters in the Bible, that's what they knew. That's what they're telling us. Everything in the Bible is telling us to go within, find the God within. That's what it is. And when you understand the power, we have to understand that's what we talk, that's the power that's within us. And that's why everyone is saying, become consciousness, raise your vibration, raise your energy. That's what they're talking about, becoming aware of who you are. Understand that who you are, understand who you are. And we have to leave our kids, leave our generation with this knowledge that nothing outside of them is coming to help them. Nothing is outside of us is coming to help us. Whether Trump, whether Kamala, whether Putin, whether whatever, they're trying to control us. By giving us this matrix and causing all this division. They want us to stay in this low vibrational energy, and staying in this low vibrational energy, that means you don't understand that you have the power of God and walking around with. Listen, you create your own reality. You might looking at somebody and be like, oh, you did this. No, nobody do it to you. Wherever you find yourself, you're creating your own reality right now because the God particle is in you. You create your own reality. Everything in your life you created. We have to understand this. There's nothing else. You're creating it. So create the life you want. Renew your mind. Create a world full of love and unity and abundance and togetherness. There's no separation between us and God, and there's no even separation between blacks, white, gay, straight. It's all the same source. It's all the same source. And that's why the Bible, there's a parable talk about it's a penny a day. There's no more, there's no less. It doesn't matter. It's only a penny. It means that it's the same source. We all have the same power within us. The same God power within us. That's what it is. So it really woke me up when Christ said that our awareness of God is dependent upon what we read in the Bible. That's not good. We have to have a relationship with Him. And when you understand who you are and the God power within you, then you start having that relationship and you're going to tell others about God. And listen, when you have that relationship with God, listen, you're going to know that whatever you read about God in the Bible, the vengeance and all that, you can testify yourself that's not the God that you know. Challenge yourself. God's going to do, no, it's all love. God is love and nothing else. Nothing else. Because too, we live in a world when they make us think that there's good people and there's bad people, and everything is division. It is division in this realm. Everything has to have a duality. No. If God is all love, how can you be less than that? Huh? How can you be less than that love? Oh, but people are not wicked. People are not wicked. They're just vibrating at a lower frequency than you are. They all have that God energy within them. They just have to find it. They have the possibility to be as great as anybody else. And that's what the Catholic Church tried to tell us. Listen, you could be a murderer. You could be a murderer. And when at that time, if you say, God forgive me, you're going to heaven. Listen, we're in this world. Listen, we take this a lot serious probably than it is. I'm getting to find that out. We're just divine beings, just like Christ. We're just divine beings having an earthly experience. That's what we are. We're divine beings having earthly experience. And all of us are playing a different role. And whether you want to believe it, what I'm about to say took me a while to understand. That before we came to earth, we choose our parents. We choose our parents. We choose our partners. We choose certain events in our lives to happen for us, because we knew that when we came to this earth, we were gonna forget about who we are, and everybody has to have that awakening. Christ did. All those prophets in the Bible has to have that awakening. You know, some of you having it, but you're blaming it on people. But it's you. You are the creators. You sent yourself, or you volunteered to be here for this experience. So I know it's hard to believe because we have been programmed. Listen, why would the leaders of this world want to know about the power that's in this mind? When Malcolm X, I think it's Malcolm X, said the revolution that's going to be televised. Because, listen, the power that's in this mind, no guns, nothing can come against it. So that's why the separation, that's why the division, that's why the lack. And we focus on those things and keep ourselves so low that we can't come to the low in vibration, that we can't come to the knowledge of who we are. They use religion and politics. Those are the two main things they use to get us out of our divinity. But I'm so thankful so many people are waking up to this knowledge, and that's why the vibration of the earth is rising. Because in we not understanding who we are, Mother Earth is suffering. So you raising your vibration and Earth raises their vibration. I mean, everybody has to listen. If you hear this message and you be like, oh, I don't understand what this lady's saying, you have to. Whether you're going to leave this world and go back to your higher self and go back to source and understand this, or you'll have to repeat. It's you everybody have to come to this knowledge. Yeah, so we're here for this experience. This is why we're here. And we're just divine beings. We're divine beings. And when we come to the knowledge of who we are, then we can leave for our bloodline. We can leave for them a knowledge of who God is, not just what they read in the Bible. So if this message find you, please make an effort to learn who God is now. Not not the God of David, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. No, the God of Debbie, the God of Marsha, the God of Tracy, the God of Mark, the God of Peter, Romaine, the God of Romaine, the God of Leroy, the God of Title, not Title, I want a regular name in the Bible. The God of not Matthew, Jason, the God of Jason, the God of Lisa, the God of Barbara. Who's the God of Barbara? We have to have our own experience of who God is, because it tells us the same God yesterday, today, and forever. What is our experience? What is our experience? What is our knowledge of God? What is our knowledge of God? Not just and you're gonna acquaint God with, I didn't have $200 yesterday and I woke up and I have $200. No. Listen, I was diagnosed with cancer. I was diagnosed in cancer, and I believe and the cancer went away. I believed, and when you talk about believed, I believed, and I believe that who I really am, the truth of who I am, the truth of who I am, that I am not sick. And remember, your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts create your reality, and you have that legacy to leave your children. You know what? I wanted a house, and I just know, and I believe that at the core of who I am, I have abundance, and I just believed in that. Now, you didn't think how it's gonna happen, when it's gonna happen, and it happened. Yeah, we talk about cars. I don't like to use cars because, God gave us cars, but the payments, we have to go higher than cars and houses, We have to put our mind, God is limitless. The power in us is unlimited. So, those are the legacy we have to leave about God. This is our time. This is our time. This is our time. Yeah. What is Beverly legacy of who God is? The God of Beverly. What is Beverly? What is Beverly? What is Michelle's idea of who God is? What is Jenny's idea of who God is? What is Patrick? What is Patrick's idea of who God is? The God of Patrick. I'm trying to find regular names just to say, So, the prophets did their thing, and it showed us, but we have to know it. We have to leave our generation. Because God is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
In half a mile.
All right, be blessed, everyone.